Hey everyone, welcome back to the Journeys by Jingle podcast. I'm Jennifer, travel advisor, certified Disney addict, and the person your friends call when they need someone to talk them into going to Disney World. And today, I'm absolutely going to talk you into going to Disney World because I hear it all the time. Disney is just for kids. It's just a theme park. I don't have little ones anymore, so what's the point? And I am here today to respectfully, enthusiastically, and completely disagree with every single one of those statements. I went to Disney World from West Texas roughly every 8 weeks for years. Years. And I will tell you right now, some of my most meaningful, most memorable, most genuinely joyful experiences at that park happened with 0 children present. So today we're answering the question once and for all. Is Disney still worth it for adults? Spoiler, yes, and I have the receipts. Let me start with something that happened on my last trip to Epcot. Disney opened something called Geo 82. And if you haven't heard of it yet, buckle up. Geo 82 is an adults only lounge. Sit with that for a second. Adults only at Disney World. And it's not just anywhere, it's at the top of Spaceship Earth, that iconic geodesic sphere that's basically the symbol of Epcot. They put an exclusive elevated lounge experience inside it, with cocktails, small bites, and a view that I genuinely did not have words for. I got to visit on my last trip, and I stood there looking out over Epcot, and I thought, this is not a park for kids. This is a park that grew up with us, Gen Xers. Disney has been quietly, intentionally building an adult experience for years, and Geo 82 is just the most recent, most obvious example. So let's talk about what that actually looks like. Reason 1, nostalgia. The first reason Disney is absolutely worth it for adults is one word: nostalgia. And I don't mean nostalgia in a sad, looking backward kind of way. I mean the kind of nostalgia that makes you feel something, that reconnects you to a version of yourself that maybe got a little buried under mortgages and responsibilities and the general weight of being a grown-up. Walt Disney World was built on certain experiences that have stood the test of time for a reason. It's a Small World, the Tiki Room, Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean. These attractions are not just for toddlers. They're for anyone who has a memory attached to them, anyone who can close their eyes and hear that music and be 8 years old again for just a few minutes. Okay, sorry. There is something genuinely powerful about that, about being in a place that holds your memories, about walking through a park where every corner has a story attached to it. Not just Disney's story, but yours. That's not a kiddie experience. That's one of the most human experiences there is. I've watched grown adults, people in their 40s and 50s, tear up as soon as they see Cinderella Castle. I'm not talking about myself at all. Not because they're sad, I'm sad, but because something about seeing that castle reached back through 30 years and found them, or me. That's the worth of the price of admission all by itself. But maybe you didn't have a chance to visit Disney when you were little. Disney is still for you. Because the second reason, Disney isn't just a theme park anymore. It's a full-scale immersive experience. And as adults, we actually get to appreciate that on a completely different level than kids do. Take Galaxy's Edge. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Hollywood Studios is one of the most extraordinary things I've ever walked through. It's not a ride with a Star Wars theme. It is the complete planet of Batu. The details, the language, the food, the characters wandering around. It is complete, total immersion in a story most of us have loved since we were kids. Or Pandora, the world of Avatar at Animal Kingdom. This one is a little bit newer of a story, but still, you walk in and you are on another planet. The bioluminescent plants, the floating mountains. Navi River Journey, Disney didn't build a ride about Avatar. They built Avatar. And here's the thing, kids think it's cool, but as adults, we feel that in our chest because we grew up with these stories. We saw the original Star Wars in the theater. We watched Avatar and thought, nothing like this has ever existed. And now we can walk inside them. That is not a small thing. That is genuinely remarkable. And it is absolutely wasted on anyone who isn't old enough to have that history with the story. But one more reason number 3, is freedom. And it is my personal favorite reason why Disney without kids is an entirely different and honestly incredible experience. When you go to Disney as an adult without children in tow, you get to do exactly what you want, when you want, at whatever pace feels right to you. You want to sleep in and hit the park at noon? Done. You want to spend 3 hours in Epcot's World Showcase eating and drinking your way around the globe? Absolutely. You want to ride Haunted Mansion 4 times in a row because you can? Nobody, okay, except for that line, is stopping you. You want to skip the character meet and greets and the princess meals and go have a genuinely excellent dinner at a table service restaurant with a glass of wine and no one asking for chicken nuggets? That is an option. Disney has some legitimately spectacular dining, and adults get to actually enjoy it. There's no negotiating, no meltdowns, no just one more ride at 10 p.m. when everyone is exhausted and someone is definitely about to cry, usually dad. You go where you want, you eat where you want, you stay as long as you want and leave when you're ready, and never have to take into consideration a child's schedule and what they can handle. This is not a compromised vacation. This is a vacation designed entirely around you, and Disney absolutely delivers if you let it. So let's recap. Is Disney worth it for adults? Yes, because nostalgia is real and powerful, and Disney holds more of it than almost anywhere else on earth. Yes, because the immersive experiences they've built in the last decade are genuinely extraordinary and hit differently when you have history with the stories. Yes, because going without kids means the entire trip is on your terms, your pace, your priorities, your joy. And yes, because they built an adults only cocktail lounge at the top of Spaceship Earth. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. Disney grew up and it's waiting for you to come back. If you've been thinking about a Disney trip, but talked yourself out of it because you don't have little kids to take anymore, I want to be the person who tells you, go anyway. And if you're looking for someone to go with you, I'm always available. But if you want someone to help you plan it right, the right resort, the right experiences, the things that are going to make it feel like yours, that is exactly what I want to do. Find me at journeysbyjingle.net or connect with me on social media at Journeys by Jingle on Facebook, jen.engel on Instagram, Journeys by Jingle on TikTok, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Threads, and Snapchat. Share this episode with the person in your life who keeps saying Disney is just for kids. They need to hear this. Before we go, I want to talk to you about just a couple more things, not quite related to this podcast, but exciting things that are on the horizon that I want you to be aware of. I am going to be starting in the next few weeks. Until next time, pack your bags, make some memories, and I'll see you on the next adventure.